everybody, welcome back to another video. Let me turn the air conditioner off again because it might be a little on the warm side. I know it has been a long time since I've filmed a video, but it's been kind of a busy summer with lots of concerts in a short period of time, and now the concerts are over and I'm settled in to finish sorting through boxes of items in order to put things away, to donate some more stuff, and to sell some things. But this is kind of the mid-year look now that it's July, now that we're, in the middle of 7 months into the year. Kind of a look at what I've been using recently. And you can see I've got lots of stuff here in front of me. I have a little pen pouch with some of the items I've been using. I've got a variety of sizes of notebooks. And let's start with the little things first, and we'll get these out of the way for a sec. So you can see I got something on that. There we go. Don't know what I got on it. You can see I've got some field note size items, a passport size item, and a nano size item. Why don't we start with the smallest of them first, the nano. This is basically my wallet. It's a teeny tiny little Chic Sparrow notebook. I keep, sometimes I have a monthly calendar in here. Sometimes I have a grid notebook. This is a Slimbo notebook that I cut down in order to fit in here, because this paper works really great with a variety of pens. I've got some ideas for breakfasts. I've got like lunch items to keep stocked up. I've got a glaucoma test that I've got to go back for written down, and got lots of stuff for notes and grocery lists. So this has been my wallet for quite a long time. This is a Chic Sparrow Nano, and I've had a variety of leathers over the years. This one is the dark chocolate creme. One of the first leathers I ever got in a traveler's notebook by Chic Sparrow, and it's one of my favorite leathers, and it still smells amazing to this date. So there's that, and I've got them in different colors and different leathers, so I can swap out if I want to. So this is a daily driver, and it's got just one single elastic, and I really like the notebooks that have the single elastic. So there's that, my little wallet. We'll get little Seamus's. This is our mailbox key, and I had a bunch of these made up. I should do something with those. I know there are some people that would want those. So we'll set the little wallet there. Now, for years, I've used passport size, and this is you can see it's single elastic. He doesn't put a stamp anywhere in his, which I find intriguing. This is an Eternal Leather Goods by Colin, and it is a natural undyed piece of leather that is just soft and squishy, and it has a snap And it's just a beautiful notebook. And I've got a traveler's notebook writing board there, and there's Colin's card if you want to see his information. I have a Traveler's Company, one of the newer zipper pouches, because there are times that I put the items that are in here, and I carry this as my wallet. But I have the 2025 Common Planner, and this is by Sterling Ink. See, I even have those as stickers. Would people want to purchase stickers and acrylic keychains of Seamus? Let me know. There's Karopi. But this was the first year I'd purchased any Sterling Ink planners, and I purchased them in the passport size, the field note size, and I even have a standard TN size, or narrow, or whatever you want to call it, in here. And I'd been using the passport for, just keeping track of my, I really don't use these things at the beginning of the calendar. And so I've got to figure out how I would want to use those, if I want to use those. But I keep track of, on the months, my symphony schedule, any teaching, performances, rehearsals, any appointments that I personally myself have. And I've used some stickers. I think these are by Cat Riles. That's a really pretty trillium. Here we are in July. And so I've got it filled out with my symphony schedule, or at least what we know so far, through January. And then it does have a week. This has the week on 2 pages with a little blank box at the bottom. And there's a few weeks in January and February that I didn't use it. Actually, I guess part of March too. And that was when I was in the ICU. And so you can see I've used it a little bit. There's the writing board it came with. Here we are. And then I've just got a little bit of writing in the back. It is Tomoe River paper. And so I did put a piece of blotting paper in there. But I think I felt like, number one, it's great on the go, but I felt it was just a little on the small side. So I pulled out the one that I have that is the field note size. And again, you'll see I haven't used these, quarterly pages in the front. But again, I used the monthly calendar the same way I did in the passport. But this weekly, you'll see, is a week on a page with grid, kind of like the Hobonichi Weeks or the standard Midori size planner. And you'll see that just like with the other one, there's some weeks I really used it, some weeks I didn't use it, Here we are this week right here. And you'll see that this one has, I think it has pretty much like a day per page if you were going to be using these pages in the common planner that way. I've just used it to do some journaling and some swatching, and you know, I haven't really used that many of the pages back here. But I have this in a Chic Sparrow. You'll see it is just a folio. This is the artist leather, and I think the color is called Giovanni. It's a beautiful leather. It's a beautiful folio, just a, you know, your basic folio. And this is the common planner, like the complete, because it has a day per page, or yeah, because there's like 300 and some odd pages here at the back of grid, which, since it is the middle of July, there's no way I'm going to fill those. I'm so sure of that. So who knows, the back of this book might become a swatching on Tomoe River paper from 2025. But this has kind of been where I've been writing, you know, because I've had a lot of doctor's visits this year after being sick and being in ICU and all of that. And so that's where I've written a lot of that information down. But to me, it didn't feel like it was like functional enough on the go. More of a sit down on the desk, sort of a little notebook. And those look so cute together, those three. So what, I got this notebook right before I went into the hospital by Lockbee. It was one of the newer items. It is the mini field folio. You'll see it has the elastic closure with the clasp. It has the pocket in the back. I think I've got one of their, yeah, the card that it came with. It's waxed canvas, so it is vegan. And I can put the stuff that's in here, and carry this as a wallet, because there's these card slots and pockets here. And I do have a monthly calendar, which I tend to have in almost all of my notebooks. Here we are, monthly calendar, and I've got it set up just the way I have all the other monthly calendars. And this is from a Field Notes purchase for 2025. My eye doctor's card to have. This is a craft text folder with a mild liner. It's that olive greenish one, which I really like. And what really seemed to help me the most was to have a monthly calendar to keep track of appointments and where I needed to go, but to have a field notes, just a blank field notes where I could take notes, start the day, and then just write down all of my to-dos and to check them off. And let's see, like here you can see that I started using this back in April. So, like, you know, after I had gotten out of the hospital. Sometimes I had a lot to do, so there's just one day on a page. Sometimes there's 2 days. Sometimes there's, like you can see here, 3. I use them for like ideas, a bunch of notes, even like here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days over 2 pages. And so there's the whole week on these two, from Tuesday through Monday. I've got a recipe here for granola. Poor man's ice cream, like a recipe, since not everybody has those expensive ice cream makers. And I just used some Sarasa pens and some mild liners. I've got a ollie clip here, some new washi tape, and I don't do every day if I don't need to. A little pen test. And then I have another, since I'm almost at the end of, yeah, there's like a page left. I've got a new field notes back here with a minestrone soup recipe, and that's all that's in that. Just some stamps, a quarter. I even have Planning with John nice vinyl stickers. Some little watercolor leaves I did, and a writing board, a Sarasa pen. This has really kind of been what I've gravitated towards the most. This field note size, which is kind of funny because field note size, you know, I've always gravitated towards Passport, so it's interesting that it's field notes. But I have lots of field notes, and I've been trying to use what I have. I mean, I've got lots of Passport as well, but I've got a project that I want to do with a Passport that I will share when I get some things started in it. But this was my original Lockbee that I purchased 3, 4, 5 years ago. You can see how the waxed canvas ages. I don't think I have anything in the packet. One thing they did do is they don't make these with the Velcro anymore, and I'm kind of glad, because while it was nice to have a secure little pocket there, it limits what you can use there. And then there's another pocket here and a pocket here. Sometimes people would put a slim pen in here, like, let's see, get one without a big grip. Here. Like, here's a Zebra Sarasa Grand. Fits in there really nice. And then you sometimes see them with because usually a lot of men tend to use the Lockbee, like they'd have like a knife or some sort of a tool in there. But that's actually a really nice pen for in here. This Zebra Sarasa Grand in the vintage brown. But what I have in here, this is something I originally had gotten for my mother-in-law, but then I realized it was a Monday start, and she doesn't like Monday starts. So I ended up keeping it and using it for myself, and I've been using it to track the bills for each month. See, even in this, there's all that stuff at the front that I just don't utilize. So for me, that's just wasted space. But I've been, tracking the month like before, but then tracking the house expenses, and have it set. There we are in July, and have it start to get set for August. So this is the Moleskine monthly calendar. Does it say which one? Moleskine monthly notebook, and it has a month on 2 pages, which is the one I prefer from Moleskine, and then it has 2 lined pages afterwards. And I think it's meant for technically for writing more information about appointments and stuff, but I use it to keep track of bills. That's, for me, I think, once all the medical bills started coming, to have a lot of space where I could write them, for me, was better. And since this is the zipper pouch that doesn't have the elastics, the back just slips in, and it's a little notebook where I keep track of those bills, but you can see how much it will age over time. And they have a YouTube video, Lockbee, where you can take this and make it, you know, re-wax it and make it look shiny and new, and I kind of like this old look. But I do have a code with Lockbee where you can get 10% off of your purchase of any non-sale item. I'll have that all linked down below. But I do have a couple of other things that I've been using. So this has been more like planning. But I have here my original Chic Sparrow personal in the chocolate creme. And you can see this is the older one because it just says Chic Sparrow with the feather for the eye in chic. And it was when they had, very briefly, they had secretarial pocket in the front. And in the back, there's Seamus. He's got a vet visit soon. And the pockets were quite different back then. But again, you'll see I have a monthly calendar. This is a DIY fish. I had a DIY fish in here, some writing boards. And this is the Chic Sparrow. It's a Tomoe river paper insert, and it's a soft bound, but sort of a cardboard cover, but it's, I think these are made by the same people that do the sterling ink, just the cover is different, but it is the Copic stitching. And this is in the old personal size, so it is 3.75 wide by 6.75 tall. And since it's this type of a binding, what I did was I took a folder. This is a Taroko Shop craft text folder, and I just folded it inside out, and I put the back of the notebook in one of the folders, and then that way I still got folder back here for stickers, and that way I won't ruin the binding. You can do that with any notebook. Lauren Phelps Design makes a plastic sleeve for like field notes and passport and standard, and there might be a couple of other sizes where it goes underneath your elastics and it's plastic if you want to do plastic. But I had a craft text folder that's personal size, and so I just used what I had because I'm at that stage and I like it. It's nice. So I've been just using this for like basic journaling, you know, just a page or two a day. Some watercolor swatches, some fun little, that was a sticker I made for my patrons last year. Just, you know, some fun little stuff. Some mild liners. So I've been having fun with that just for my journaling. I love, 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 love this notebook. It's kind of the thing that started everything here on my YouTube channel. This notebook. I have this here. This is a cork cover by Bree at Documented Journey. Here's a little watercolor I did and some things I've started that I haven't finished. But I have a watercolor insert in it that I made. It's some cold pressed double-sided, I think it's Arteza watercolor paper that I hand stitched into a insert. And then I've got two of these field notes sketchbooks. That's the Chicago. And I just got a couple of pencil sketches in here from a few years ago. I want to spend a bit more time with this notebook. But this is the sketchbook that I've been using quite a bit this last year. And I've just got some watercolor swatches, just playing with some paints, doing some blending. These two colors to get that, these two to get that, these two to get that. Same thing down here. Those are some metallics. This I did when I was in the hospital. I did this in the hospital. I did these in the hospital. I did that in the hospital. I did this after I got out of the hospital. Same thing with this and this. Just a bunch of flowers. Those I thought turned out really lovely. I bought some new colored pencils and they were open stock polychromos, so I wanted to swatch them real quick. Here's a lovely little watercolor that I did, and then I used some of those new pencils. A little flower. I'm trying to do some realistic sketching. It's Pacific Dogwood, and this is something new that I started. I guess that's it. And then I have one more thing to show you. This sketchbook's almost finished, but it's the one I carry with me most of the time. The last thing I have to show you is in my Atelier's Penelope pouch. I don't think I have anything in the zipper pouch here. No, I don't. Usually I've got like a pen or a pencil or something like that. But I have a project that I'm wanting to do. And you can see that I have this, the official Travel OK Oklahoma Route 66 passport. So Route 66 basically goes through the entire state of Oklahoma. And you can see where it goes through. And there's all these places along it where you can go do fun things. And like there's a lot of stuff here in Tulsa because it goes straight through Tulsa. Like even going to the Outsiders Museum, because the Outsiders House and all of that was filmed here in Tulsa. And what's so great about it is there's these stamps that you can get. And so I'm going to plan some quick little day trips. Like I could probably do in some of the ones for Tulsa, I could do like 4 or 5 in one day because they're just down the street from where I live. And then like, you know, go to one of the restaurants and get a burger or a fry or a ice cream cone or whatever. But I have this Chic Sparrow. It is what they call the starter kit is what Chic Sparrow calls it. It is a single elastic with the closure elastic coming out of the back. Something that Chic Sparrow hasn't done with some of their originals. Like I've got a pocket TN in the black creme, the black beauty that has it coming out of the back. And it's a single elastic. I've had that for a long time. But it's something they started doing. It's what do you call it? Starter kit, that's what they call it. And it comes with the leather cover. It comes with a one of the plastic dashboards, and then it also comes with the Chic Sparrow insert. It comes with a, I think this is Tomoe River paper dot grid. I have something coming from them, in a week or so. But this has a Traveler's Company. Yeah, it says Traveler's Company. This is one of the watercolor inserts. And I have the Chic Sparrow dot grid Tomoe River paper insert in here. And I have the Farouf zipper pouch. And this is going to be what I use to document all of the fun things that we do when we go visit, like the whale at Catoosa. That is, I've been there many times, but where is it? Like, this is such a fun area, and it's like, we could walk there, how close that is. And the Mother Road Market, and the Woody Guthrie Center, and the Bob Dylan Center, and yeah, but the whale of Catoosa is, actually there's a photo of him at the front. There he is. It's at a pond where there's this whale that has like slides and stuff. You totally can't use it anymore. Like there's like no swimming allowed. But you can still go and you can climb up into the top of the whale and, you know, do all that fun stuff, but you just can't go swimming there. But yeah. And they've got a place where they cook, and you can get lunch while you're there and get the stamp for your different places that you go to. But that's what this is going to be. This is going to be my Route 66 journal. It's going to have where I do some sketches and watercolors and play with markers. It's double-sided watercolor paper. It's on the smooth side. I'm not sure if it's hot press. So I'm gonna have to be careful with water. But I'm usually not a fan of these. I used to love these, the plastic dashboards. Like when Foxy Fix first came out, them, then Chic Sparrow and others. But since this is gonna have like watercolors in it, I thought it would be good to keep around this insert. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I know this has just been kind of a long, rambly sort of video. Oh, the pen, someone will say, what pens did you have? What pens did you have? So this is the Atelier's Penelope, their little pen pouch. And I have, let's see, most of them are Zebra Sarasa Grand. Like all of these right here are Zebra Sarasa Grand. These are the Grand with the vintage caramel and vintage brown. And then these are the Zebra Sarasa Clip with the vintage inks in them, like a burgundy, and it's a red and a blue gray and a like a blue black, and these two are the same color, that sort of camel-y caramel color. What else do we have? This is the Pure Uni Malt, but it has a Pentel Energel brown ink in it. These two are Pentel Energels. One has black, I think this is black, and then this one has brown in it. Brown for the long time was my signature color. This is my first Pilot Coletto pen I ever got in the Lumio. Pilot High-Tech C Coletto Lumio. I got it because of Carrie Harling. And I've got purple, blue, black, light blue, and brown. This is a Korean pen. I I can't remember the name of the brand. It starts with an M. But it's a really nice pen. It's actually weighted fairly well. It's a metal pen, not a plastic pen. This is a pen made out of cherry wood, and it's just a gel ink pen. And this is one of the brush pens from Mildliner, with the double end, of course. And so that's what I have in there, and all of that I get to fit in this teeny tiny little pen. I like to have all the different colors of the vintage in there. So that is what I have, and what I've been using this past few months, and I've really enjoyed it. I have no qualms of that. I have a lot of stuff that I've been using, and since I have a monthly calendar in every one of the notebooks, they all have the same up-to-date info, because I make sure when I switch I get all of the up-to-date stuff in the monthly, so I haven't missed any appointments. Also, my schedule hasn't been as full as it has been in previous years, but that's okay. That's quite nice. So I just thought I would share an update of what I've been using. I will try to link all of this stuff below, and I'll share my code that I have with Lockbee, 10% off on any item they have that is not on sale. So that will definitely help you if you like what you see here. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.